Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining another Lead Squared webinar. I am Shivani Roy and I work for the marketing team at Lead Squared. Today it's all about boosting enrollment. So that you are here at the right place. I have a fabulous panel with me who are going to take us through the session and share all of their inputs from years of experience in this domain. So essentially, we will discuss how to boost your enrollments through CRM optimization. I think let me just talk about some of the areas that our panelists will cover. We will, of course, talk about the ideal automations and processes that need to be set up. We will talk about improving data integration to get really one view of everything that you need to see. We will talk about the right communication to ensure there are follow-ups and less drop-offs. And we will also talk about the right technology to support all of these processes and automations that we are talking about. So let me just get to our speakers now. We have Dr. Ajit from GD Goenka University. So he is the Director of International Admissions and Marketing at GD Goenka University. Today, he'll be sharing his thoughts on how to build a transparent admission process. Then we have Ashish Gupta. So he joins us as a higher education expert at this time with over 12 years of experience. So a lot to learn from him. And he'll be covering how a CRM can really help you get in touch with students just at the right time from the right place. And of course, we have our very own Shashank, who is a regional manager of business development at Lead Squared. Shashank obviously carries a lot of experience with him in the education domain. So I can't wait to learn from all the panelists here today. Lots to learn and lots to then implement from the perspective of the audience. So a quick note to the audience, having said that, please put in all the questions that you have. If you just want to say hi to the speakers, please put that in as well. I know some of you sent questions beforehand. We will definitely pick those up once the discussion ends. So with that, over to you, Shashank. Please take it away.
Thank you, Shivani. Good afternoon to all the panel members and participants of this webinar. Very warm welcome to all of you. So, agenda of today's webinar is to understand usage of CRM in education sector. Why is it required for an education institute? What are the key pain points of counselors, basically the admission teams, and how does a CRM help in solving those problems? We'll also touch upon we will also touch upon a few aspects of how CRM help applicants' admission journey. So, as we all are aware of the fact that education in India has become highly competitive, institutions focus primarily on building the right courses and facilities for incoming student. I want to have your opinion on how does a CRM, having in place a CRM, help institutions build better student journey? Dr. Ajit, can you please share your thought on this?
Yes, Shashank, thank you, Ashish, and thank you, Shibani Roy. The question that you directed at me, I can remember the old days. I've been in education marketing since 2000, I think 2002 or 3. I can remember the old days. We used to go for the presentation, go for this. Those were the old days, when we started the privatization of universities in North. South was all flourished with universities, institutions, but North India took little late to privatize higher education. So 2002, I was a part of Lovely, and I remember the first few days when we started marketing. We used to distribute flyers on road, collect data, then punch it into system, and then you shouted people, where is that data? Where is this data? So and then follow up, manual follow up, calling them and then ticking them up. A CRM, of course. Now coming back to how you change the perceptive. The people like Lead Square, how you change the perception was, look at those old days. We toiled very hard for 7-8 years. I think from 2002 onwards up to 9-10 also, we were doing all these, doing presentation, collecting data, punching into system, making Excel, then giving it to people. And we asking people how many calls you made today, then talking to them individually, ticking them. Okay, okay, this is hot, this is cold. Now look at the change that has come. You brought a system called CRM. The data is integrated into that, automatically integrated into the calling system, telecalling system. The moment you call, along with that, you've got a lot of delivery, got a lot of additions to it. You can
Right.
integrate email to that. You can integrate flyers to that. You integrate process to that. You can add a voice note to it. You can do WhatsApp to it. The moment you do, the CRM automatically picks up and gives another 7 6 days date, follow up day.
Right.
After that, again, if it is follow up and the student is showing interest, so you progressively, earmark after third or fourth conversation, you are able to freeze upon whether the student would come into the circle, or he's just walking tangent. That is the time then you can start deleting the data. So the CRM has, of course, brought in the comfort level for working for the telecallers, for the managers, for the middle level people, for the supervisors in the admission team. Everybody can have a look at it. If you have a CRM, a man sitting at top, having two supervisors, one for the domestic, one for the outreach, divide the data and then start following up. There is no, look, sitting on your laptop, you can understand how many have been followed up in one day, what is it going to come, and how this data is going to build up. The CRM has brought what Shibani told just a few minutes ago, brought in transparency, which was not there in the yesteryears. I'm talking of 2002 to 2009-10, when there was no
Right.
transparency. We always doubted people. This data, somebody has taken this data. Now we spend so much of money to collect data, the data is gone. And then we start calculating.
Right.
Oh, data acquisition cost was almost 150 rupees. Now this is gone. 10,000 data gone. So Ashish is also smiling at it. So Ashish, I think the things have eased out. Of course, as we discussed, there are some drawbacks. I would not say drawbacks. There are still some limitations to it, where we can discuss upon it. Let's hear from Ashish also what he thinks,
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
yeah.
he's more into a online marketing man. I'm a field man. I was always on field. So
No, 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 Dr. Ajit. I think old is gold as usual. So thank you so much, Shashank, for having me.
no, I was always
And
on field. I've done that old work kind of work, going to streets, distributing flyers, collecting data. Of course,
You have
as
seen
as we
more
grow, as
landscape
we
has
grew,
changed.
we had this people, youngsters who knew this. What you call online marketing, they could tell us that, okay, sir, this is like this is like this. But certainly, it has improved transparency, and it has improved, not improved, it has brought a transformation into the data handling. Over to you, Ashish.
yeah, Dr. Ajit Pashawati, online comes from the offline also. So everyone will takes work on online is come from the offline. That is of course. And for the Shashank question, ki the CRM, how can I help the CRM to build a student profile? So most of the points are been covered by Dr. Ajit. So I will add few more points in the help in the CRM with the student profile. Just with the help of a CRM, of course, you can use the personalized communication. So you can see the 360-degree student profile. So you can onboard effectively as a student perspective. So you can make the mechanism to on the feedback basis. You can make that data more effectively. You can use that data to enhance your campaign strategies, and you can see that keyword data can be helpful with respect to the which channel for any organization. So in short way, CRM, you can use anything with the help of a CRM if you want to do so. With the help of data, with the onboarding student, effective communication, personalized communication, with the effectively ad. So as per the council, as per the marketing team, you can do both. So CRM is a kind of a magic stick and you can use wherever you want to.
Okay. Thank you for your thoughts. So, coming to the same topic and extending the question to it, we have witnessed that institutions get a lot of applicants. Applications are there, but all applications don't necessarily convert into admissions. So, I want to have your opinion on this, that how does a CRM help identify or prioritize inquiries that have high chances of conversions? What are some essential cues which a counselor should have before reaching out to whom to reach out first? which applicants to reach out first.
Okay.
So, what is your take on this, sir?
So, Shashank, there is a challenge key leads are more and conversion are less. So, a counselor, of course, they have a lot of leads to call on them. So, there's a lot of challenge. So, what a counselor can do for they can prioritize the lead as per the making the bucket. I can say the bucket there is three or four kind of leads where you can follow up their leads. Kind of there is a high priority, there is low priority, and there should be ignore the leads because when you generate the leads with help of the campaign, there is a lot of opportunity to get the junk data with them channel
So
also like
true.
the Facebook who provides
Yeah.
the junk more compared to Google and LinkedIn. So we know that the Google can be give more profitable lead compared to the other channel and Facebook can give you a junk compared to the other channel. So what with the help of counselor what we can do we can prioritize the channel key counselor should done call on these channels compared to other calls. Like we can make three buckets, like first for the Google, for the Facebook and LinkedIn, for the rest of channel. So the counselor can see that this bucket should be we call on first, and after that we should call. Yeah, we should follow up on LinkedIn or the Facebook leads. So first the step you can prioritize the leads on the channel basis as per the historical performance. And second, the lead behavior you can categorize these leads in the their lead behavior. Like these some kind of students say ki please call me in the evening, someone says ki, please call me after 3 or 4 days. These kind of categories as per the disposition basis you can categorize these leads as per their behavior also. So there are kind of two types you can bifurcate your leads. First, the high priority channel where you can get more conversion. Second, the behavior of leads where you can see the possibilities ki these can be convert after a few days, after the more days. So you can see you can enhance your conversion to see these kind of leads when the counselor dial these leads on a priority basis. So you can get more and more enrollment with dial on these leads especially. So you can increase your conversion also. And Dr. Ajit, have you have point you can add here also?
Yeah, no. Ashish, you said very well. I was also, endorsing your opinion, your thought on that. As you call, the lead behavior tells you, but I don't know, because I haven't talked to my counselors, telecallers multiple times, and it's not the first time. Since 2009 and 10, when the CRM had started coming in, maybe 13, 14 was a time when the CRM almost took over the manual job. But I am not so sure, Ashish. You said very rightly, but that lead behavior almost tells us that. But the analysis is very difficult because
No, yeah, so sort of agrees but I have a personal experience regarding that, the lead behavior, especially because of my manager was strict to work on qualitative lead compared to the quantitative lead. So
Mhm.
what I do, so I do priorities means there you can make a bucket between the 7 or 8 lead behavior. So you can categorize in 7 points. These are two good leads, comes under 7 points. These are bad leads. These are possibility to convert lead. So there's a multiple disposition as you know. So you can these disposition but put into these dispositions like एक स्टूडेंट बोल रहा है कि मुझे शाम को कॉल करना है, एक स्टूडेंट ने मुझे बोला कल कॉल करना है, एक स्टूडेंट ने बोला कि यार मेरी फीस बहुत ज़्यादा है, मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता। तो आपके पास तीनों केसेस में ये है कि आप लीड को कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो। फीस ज़्यादा है, उसमें फॉलो का केस आपका इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। शाम को फ़ोन करना है, उसमें आपकी हॉट लीड हो जाएगी, आप उसको शाम को फ़ोन करो, उसके लिए आपने बकेट बनाया कि मेरी ये बकेट है, इनमें ये लीड मेरी फॉलो होंगी जिनको मुझे कॉल करना है, ये पॉसिबल टू कन्वर्ट। So these kind of 7 to 8 dispositions, there's a lot of disposition you make your own convenience, but there's a 7 to 8 disposition which can be the hot lead, which can be which can be a cold lead. So आप 7 डिस्पोजिशन को उस लीड कैटेगरी में डालो, उसकी एक बकेट बना लो, तो आपके 3-4 बकेट बनेंगे जिसके वजह से काउंसलर जो बहुत बेसिक रूप से देखेगा कि मेरे पास 3 बकेट है, मुझे इन बकेट में प्रायोरिटी बकेट है, इनको मुझे कॉल करना है और मुझे इनको कन्वर्ट करना है। तो यू कैन कस्टमाइज योर डैशबोर्ड एज पर योर कन्वीनियंस। सो कि मेरा ये चैनल, मेरा ये कैटेगरी, इस पे मुझे करना है, तो ऑफकोर्स यू कैन सी द नंबर ऑफ कन्वर्जन इज हैपनिंग मोर कंपेयर टू द लास्ट। आई थिंक शशांक इट इज पॉसिबल एंड आई रीड इट
Right.
ऑल्सो।
Right. Also,
but
the
I
kind, the level of communication which the applicant is having with the counselors. Suppose he's interacting regularly, he's asking for any doubts, clarity of any doubts is there. He's checking with you all the time. So it means that he's showing more interest into taking
yes.
admissions into your institute. So that can be tracked from a CRM, and that's where CRM helps you.
नहीं, बट वही जो अभी शशांक ने कहा, कि आशीष ने कहा कि बकेट, आई थिंक, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द सीआरएम ऑलरेडी हैज दैट फिल्टर। बकेट फिल्टरिंग तो ऑलरेडी मोस्ट ऑफ सीआरएम करके दे देता है ना आशीष। जो आपका जो
बिल्कुल।
सीआरएम है, बकेट फिल्टरिंग, जो बकेट बना के देने का तो सीआरएम काम कर ही देता है, मोर और लेस, कि ऑटोमेटिक जैसी कॉल होता है और रिस्पांस के बाद सीआरएम ऑटोमेटिकली उसको पता, मतलब एक इंडिकेशन तो दे ही देता है ना। फिर काउंसलर बताया था कि भाई वीक है, स्ट्रांग है, वेरी वीक है, या गॉन लीड है। बट मेरे ख्याल से जो जो मुझे लगता है कि जो इसमें सीआरएम का कम वो है कंट्रीब्यूशन, इसमें ये है कि ये जो लीड देने वाले हैं वो उसी लीड को, मेरे ख्याल से, दे डू क्लेम कि हम आपकी लीड किसी को नहीं देते, बट मेरे ख्याल से वही लीड सब जगह बांट देते हैं। या तो मुझे मुझे लगता है, जो मेरा
Exactly.
तजुर्बा
So
है।
lead
तो
duplication always happens.
यस, सो इसमें चैलेंज क्या है? अगर आप काउंसलर प्रोस्पेक्टिव से देखो तो चैलेंज वहां पर है। सपोज यू आर जनरेटिंग 10,000 लीड ऑन अ डेली बेसिस एंड यू हैव अ 30 टू 40 काउंसलर। तो काउंसलर का ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है कि मुझे 100 एंड 150 कॉल्स डेली बेस पे करनी है। तो सी और ही डजंट टाइम कि मैं उस फॉलो अप को स्पेशली ध्यान में रखो और उसको कॉल बैक करो। वो क्या कर रहा है कि उसके पास रोबोट से कॉल आ रहा है, उसको कॉल कर रहा है। तो उस केसेस में अगर आपके पास नेक्स्ट डे जब काउंसलर अपना लॉगिन करता है, उसमें बकेट देखता है कि मेरी अर्लियर जो 150 कॉल्स थी उनमें मैंने ये सेटअप किया था। तो सीआरएम हेल्प्स यू टू मेक अ डैशबोर्ड इन अ अर्ली डे ऑफ द काउंसलर वेयर ही और सी कैन गो and see these are my lead. Apart from 150 lead for today, I should call and convert them as a conversion. So that kind of a CRM helps here. I think am I right, Shashank? Yeah.
Right, right, right.
वेरी राइट। बट फिर से आशीष, जरा इसको थोड़ा इलेबोरेट करके बताएंगे, बिकॉज यू टच वेरी 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 रियल गुड पॉइंट। थोड़ा सा इसको एग्जाम्पल के साथ अगर आप समझा सके, एज मैं भी हायर एजुकेशन में हूँ, थोड़ा हमारे भी आंखें खुल जाएंगे, और जो बाकी ऑडियंस है उनकी भी आंखें खुल जाएंगी। थोड़ा सा इसको एलेबोरेट करें। क्यों शशांक, am I right? Because
Right,
Ashish has
right,
got expertise on that domain.
right.
Uh,
Ashish will share his thoughts on this. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Usually, man, the reason we are get here. So example में बोलता हूँ कि suppose we have a 11 programs.
आप तीन या चार बकेट के एग्जाम्पल की बात करिए, तब थोड़ा सा क्लैरिटी आएगी ऑडियंस के लिए भी। और क्योंकि सीआरएम, जहां तक मैंने, बस इंटरप्ट कर रहा हूँ 1 मिनट के लिए, जहां तक मेरा तजुर्बा रहा है, सीआरएम अपने आप में सुदृढ़ है, इट इज स्ट्रांग इनफ टू हैंडल दैट। बट मोस्टली, जैसे अभी मैंने शशांक से भी बोला, लीड डुप्लीकेशन ज्यादा तकलीफदायक है। बट आप मुझे बताइए, जो आपने आशीष थोड़ा इलेबोरेट करिए आपके एक्सपीरियंस को, जो आपने बकेट वाली बात करी थी।
हम्म। ठीक है, मैं एग्जांपल ऐसे लेता हूँ कि सपोज मैं एक यूनिवर्सिटी के लिए कैंपेन कर रहा हूँ। वो मल्टीपल प्रोग्राम्स रन करते हैं, लाइक 15 और 20 प्रोग्राम्स, एंड देयर ऑब्जेक्टिव टू जनरेट द मोर एंड मोर लीड फॉर दिस 10 प्रोग्राम एग्जाम्पल। सो यू हैव टू जनरेट 1000 लीड फॉर अ डेली बेसिस एंड यू हैव अ 20 टू 30 काउंसलर। अब उस केस में होता क्या है कि आपको ऑब्जेक्टिव है कि लीड क्वालिटेटिव भी होनी चाहिए, लीड की क्वांटिटी भी फुलफिल होनी चाहिए, और पर काउंसलर पर लोड भी ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल क्या करते हो कि जो कम्युनिकेशन का सिंकअप है वो आपका तीनों में सेम होना चाहिए, कि जो मार्केटिंग कम्युनिकेट कर रही है, जो आपका काउंसलर स्टूडेंट को कम्युनिकेट कर रहा है, वो उसमें मैच होना चाहिए। तो आपका लीड क्वालिटी का इंप्रूवमेंट वहीं पर ही हो जाता है। सेकेंड केस, सपोज कि मेरे पास 20 काउंसलर हैं, उनके पास गूगल, फेसबुक, लिंक्डइन, एग्जाम्पल में बोल रहा हूँ, तीनों चैनल से कंबाइंड लीड आ रही है। और गूगल में मान लो आपने पी मैक्स भी चला दिया, एग्जाम्पल ले रहा हूँ, तो जिसमें जंक की पॉसिबिलिटी ज़्यादा है। तो अब काउंसलर के हिसाब से क्या है कि गूगल की लीड मेरी अच्छी है, फेसबुक लीड मेरी बेकार है, और लिंक्डइन लीड मेरी अच्छी है। बट काउंसलर को वो नहीं दिख रहा है कि किस सोर्सेज से लीड आ रहा है। तो काउंसलर के पास क्या हुआ, काउंसलर के पास सारी लीड्स कंबाइंडली आई, काउंसलर ने रन किया। कुछ ने बोला कि मुझे शाम को करो, कुछ ने बोला मुझे कॉल मत करो, और कुछ ने बोला कि मैं इंटरेस्टेड हूँ बट अभी नहीं। तो आपके 3 कैटेगरी होगी। 3 कैटेगरी के बेसिस पे काउंसलर ने अपना नोट मार्क कर दिया, जो कि सीआरएम में जर्नी फ्लो हो गई। अब क्या होगा, अब क्या ये होगा कि जो शाम को है, काउंसलर ने उनको शाम को फॉलो अप कर लिया, पर्सनली नोट लिख लिया। ये हो गया मैनुअल एफर्ट। दूसरा एफर्ट उन्होंने क्या किया कि जो कॉल कम्युनिकेशन हुआ वहां पे उन्होंने सीआरएम की हेल्प से लीड स्क्वायर एक कैलेंडर मार्क कर दिया, जो फॉलोअप का मुझे टाइम दे दिया, अंडर माइन टाइम की मेरा फॉलोअप का टाइम ये है। तो काउंसलर ने क्या किया कि डेली की जो इतनी लीड्स हैं उनके अलावा फॉलोअप लीड्स को भी कॉल किया, बिकॉज द हेल्प ऑफ सीआरएम की। सीआरएम ने पॉपअप किया और उन्होंने उसको कॉल कर लिया। एक तो ये तरीका हो गया। सेकेंड डे जब काउंसलर आएगा तो काउंसलर के पास नेक्स्ट डे फिर से वही 150 कॉल्स है जिन पे उन्हें कॉल करना है। बट चैलेंज ये है कि जो अर्लियर लीड है हमारी वो मिस ना हो, स्पेशली फॉलो वाली, और मेरी 150 जो लीड्स हैं वो मेरी आज की आज काउंट भी हों। तो सीआरएम में जो हमने डैशबोर्ड बनाया है उसमें डैशबोर्ड में हमने 3 लीड सपोज हमें लिख दी कि ये हमारी प्रोस्पेक्ट लीड है, ये हमारी कोल्ड लीड है और ये मेरी लीड जस्ट फॉर द फॉलोअप की मुझे उनको 7 बार कॉल करना है। तो आप क्या करोगे, पहले वाले में आपने वो डाला जिससे उसने बोला कि मैं शाम को कॉल करूँ या मुझे नेक्स्ट डे कॉल करो। उस केस में आपने पहला डाला जिसको काउंसलर पहले दिन ही आके कॉल करेगा कि सर आपने बोला था कि मुझे कल इस टाइम कॉल करो। सेकंड बकेट में जो होगा उसमें ये होगा कि सर आप इंटरेस्ट शो कर रहे थे बट एनी हो आप नहीं कर पा रहे, तो आपको कुछ प्रॉब्लम है ब्राउचर या कुछ भी मैं आपको प्रोवाइड कर सकता हूँ। थर्ड केस में काउंसलर जानता है कि कन्वर्ट नहीं हो सकता बट एज ए रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी कि वी शुड कॉल 7 और 8 टाइम्स कि भाई मे भी हो सकता है कि कुछ मिसकम्युनिकेशन हो रहा हो, वो उसको कॉल बैक ना कर सके। तो इन 3 तरीकों से, मोर देन 3 वेज, बट बेसिकली इन 3 वेज से you can connect to the students again and again if he or she is interested, obviously they will enroll. So एजुकेशन में वैसे भी साइकिल बहुत लंबी होती है, तो वी शुड मोर कीप मोर पेशेंस टू कन्वर्ट देम। आई थिंक मोर और लेस क्लियर है।
Yeah, it is clear. But जो अभी आशीष जी ने बताया बहुत वैलिड पॉइंट है कि बकेट के साथ ये आई थिंक मैंने इसलिए इनसे
I will add more points, sir. Dr. Jeet, I will add one more point to this. Whatever the Ashish sir has explained to you. One more thing is that once you have marked the setup that okay, the applicants who are residing in nearby locality are more prone to get admissions into your college. So once they are filling the form, you can understand that okay, there are certain criteria which you can put into the system, that income, what is his annual income, what is the annual income of the family, what is his qualifications. Based on the qualifications, you know that these students are more, their chances of these applicants to get converted. So system will automatically highlight you that these applicants have high priority, high closer conversion rate, can be converted. So you can go ahead to like that, and you can
ये
call them first, and you can
शेखर,
prioritize your
हाँ,
calls.
ये पॉइंट मैं कहने वाला था क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जो आशीष ने बताया कि जब बकेट है, थर्ड बकेट की आशीष बात कर रहे थे कि एज यू आज द क्वेश्चन कि हाउ यू कैन प्रायोरिटाइज कि कौन कन्वर्ट होने वाला है कौन नहीं, तो आशीष ने बड़ा वैलिड पॉइंट टच किया था कि थर्ड बकेट है और बच्चे ने बोला फीस हाई है, तो वहीं से पता चल जाएगा। तो काउंसलर सीआरएम की हेल्प से ये काम कर सकता है कि अब एनुअल इनकम क्या है, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली मार्केटिंग में प्लेस बड़ा काउंट करता है कि भाई 3 पीस ऑफ मार्केटिंग प्लेस, आप कहाँ माल बेच रहे हो। मैं बीएमडब्ल्यू को जाके मुंबई के चाल में बेचने जाऊं तो नहीं बिकेगा। इफ आई स्टार्ट सेइंग कि बीएमडब्ल्यू में सोना के अंदर 100 बेच दूंगा 1 महीने के अंदर यूनिट, नहीं बिकेगा। तो दैट्स ए रॉन्ग टारगेट आई हैव
Wrong
गिवन।
marketplace, wrong target
हाँ ना,
area.
ठीक
Yeah,
है। बट इफ आई से बीएमडब्ल्यू में गुड़गांव बेच दूंगा 100, तो आई हैव टू पुट माय प्रोडक्ट इन द राइट प्लेस आल्सो,
true.
where where I have to I get the cost, my cost, what is my cost, people should be able to absorb it। तो आशीष ने बड़ा वैलिड पॉइंट बोला, ये सीआरएम में क्या ये है, मतलब आपके लीड स्क्वायर वाले सीआरएम के अंदर ये पॉसिबिलिटी है कि आप एनालिसिस कर सके इसका।
Yes, sir. We have different buckets already into place. So whenever a counselor log in into the CRM, he knows that what is the today's call, what is the today's task he
आई हैव
has to
सीन
do.
दैट, आई हैव
Yeah,
सीन दैट।
yeah,
वो तो मैंने सब देखा हुआ है, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जो मेजर इशू, तो द मेजर इशू इज कि हाउ डू वी कम टू नो कि दिस इज हॉट, दिस इज गोइंग टू कन्वर्ट और दिस इज नॉट गोइंग टू कन्वर्ट। बट एट द एंड ऑफ द डे in my last 20 years experience in marketing, education marketing, I have seen that if you have 1 lakh leads for A plus plus kind of institution, if you have 1 lakh lead, the effective conversion to admission is almost 3 to 4%, maybe 5%।
right.
फिर ए टाइप के इंस्टीट्यूशन के लिए 3% आ जाता है। जो बी टाइप इंस्टीट्यूशन है, बी टाइप के, वो मुश्किल से 1.5% पे आ जाते हैं लास्ट में, और जो सी टाइप के इंस्टीट्यूशन है वो 1% या 0.75% पे रह जाता है। अगर 1 लाख लेके आते हैं तो लीड लेके आने पर एलपीयू या एमईटी ये लोग जो है शायद 5,000 एडमिशन कर लेते हो 1 लाख लीड से, 5-6 हजार 7 हजार भी कर लेते होंगे इफेक्टिवली। जीडी को इनका शायद 2,000 कर पाता होगा।
Right.
अल्टीमेट एनालिसिस तो यही रहा। ठीक
So
है, आई थिंक
I will tell you, we have two in our platform. We have two analytics tools. One is the quality of the lead. Whatever the lead is coming to you, what is the quality of that lead, what are the chances of getting it converted or not, based on certain fixed parameter. Then based on the communication which the applicant is having with your counselor on a regular basis, suppose you are sending a mail to a applicant and he is reading your mail, he is coming on your website, he is putting some queries over there, asking counselor. So there are chances that he is showing more interest into your organization, into your institute, and there are more chances of getting him turn into the admissions. So basis on these features, we can know that these are the high priority leads for us, to whom we have to call first.
आशीष, एज ए ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग मैन, जो ये एनालिसिस रहा, जो सीआरएम करके देता है, और उसके बावजूद आप लोग भी, ऑनलाइन मार्केटिंग के लोग भी एक एनालिसिस करके देते, हमेशा देते रहे मुझको, आपके आपके टाइप के लोग, तो आपकी एनालिसिस कितनी सही रहती थी विजा विज सीआरएम की? आपकी एनालिसिस भी ऑलमोस्ट वहां पहुंच जाती थी?
So CRM, it doesn't provide the only data platform because it's leverage your business. So whatever we see as a CRM key, it should the data should be collected at one place and lead should be monitored. It is good or bad. So every organization has their different objective. Like we have a marketing team, so we do evaluate ourselves ki how marketing channels or our lead is good or not. CRM just calculate is with the help of any organization ki how the lead is profitable for any organization or not. So these are relation between the, so we do not connect to the as ki we are doing some different kind of analysis, CRM doing some different kind of analysis. There is a different analysis, so we can't meet them ki comparatively to lead square analysis means we have separate and lead square is separate analysis.
ठीक
What
है
we
जी,
see that ki lead monitoring and lead optimization, where is this falling means.
थैंक यू.
So my
Thank you,
next question
Ashish.
is,
It was a good, Shashank, it was a good question, and I think uh, we should learn from the experience of the online marketing man who was there on the job. So,
right.
thank you, Ashish.
Thank you, Ajay.
My next question is based on the same topic which we are discussing right now, that how a CRM helps the counselors in managing their day-to-day work, the common challenges which they are facing, how a CRM help them in overcoming it. So, Ashish, uh, if you want to share
Okay,
your
sure.
thoughts.
The main the main challenge the counselor face, I will bifurcate in three type of. First, the communication.
Right.
Second, manage data management from counselor perspective, and third, versus communication, data management, and third, the workload on their means the lead volume and the lead volume with the lead quality. So the everyone knows that the council will said always that the lead quality is not good. Said that why we are not converting them into the conversion. And second, the communication. Every time counselor says that communication is different, what we are approaching to our student and what the marketing team is going to show in their ads. And the third, we have a too much lead volume and we do have don't time to call all the leads. So the leads backup is getting bigger day on day, means a cumulative increasing in the lead basis. So these are common challenges, and of course, we can solve to communicate with the marketing team first, like the communication. So we should sync in the communication key, like the we as a marketing team promote their ads with kind of communication. We should show in a personalized communication as well, and the counselor should approach same communication to the student as well. So there should be synchronicity in between all the messages. So there is not mismatch in the communication. So these challenge will be solved out. And second, the lead volume. So we should see how much lead quality is there. Means suppose you are giving a 20% lead quality and generating the thousand or more than thousand lead. There's no need to generate this kind of lead because you are wasting organization money. So we should focus to balance between the lead quality and quantity as well. So what we do, we should put some benchmark. It should be 50% lead quality at least to generate the lead quantity. So I believe in not to produce the lead quantity as 2000 and 2030, 3000 in the daily basis, to more focus on the 50% lead quality because it can increase in your conversion as well. So this, so we should promote these channels which produce more qualitative leads, like the Google has already said key Google is more profitable channel at Google, LinkedIn, and after that Facebook. So it may help to counselor busy to calling with the qualitative lead comparatively to the quantitative lead. And the third is the obviously the pressure, the workload. So we should see key more the counselor, which counselor is good to calling the qualitative lead. So sometimes if you can see that key a good counselor is calling again and again to the multiple leads, and other counselor which is not good at same getting the same Google and LinkedIn lead, and lead is getting waste. So you can categorize your counselor which is good on to convert lead into the conversion, and some counselor do produce key just calling on that customer also. So these kind of common challenge the counselor face, and we should resolve them by this adopting these tactics.
Yeah, and one more question I have with the same on the same line. How automation aid institutions nurture students better? Or how automation help the counselors also to track the applicants?
So, like I'm already telling you, we should make a bucket on the channel basis, on the lead disposition basis, that can help directly counselor to make their more incentive, or you can say that, or they can more call on the prospect lead. So this kind of tactics you can adopt, and you can make easily for the everyone, for the marketing team who are producing the, who are generating the leads, qualitative more, less quantitative. So this can help both counselor and marketing team as well as the management, because you are spending less money getting more conversion with respect to the low CPL also. So this kind of automation you can help with the CRM like Lead Square or the sales for other CRM portals. You can take help this kind of strategy from the CRM portals.
Shashank, of course, जो आशीष ने कहा, whatever Ashish said again is very valid, but CRM of course does the automation of course does help, because I told you I was comparing, and when Ashish was telling, I was just thinking of my old days, those days when we were manually doing that, ticking it out. So automation has removed that ticking out, na? Somebody involved in picking out, and somebody sitting in the evening and crossing those leads, and then writing with hand and talking to the counselor what was
Right.
the today's output. So automation really helped that. So automation indeed was helpful, but जो जो ग्रे एरिया है, आई डोंट नो वेदर इट इज, जो आशीष ने कहा, आई डोंट नो इट इज ए लीड generation problem or a lead management problem, because ultimately on a system, when you dump so much of lead, the CRM also sometimes crashes. So which is a good lead, which is not a good lead, वो analysis करके ही, अगर प्री एनालिसिस करके सीआरएम उसको लोड करने की परमिशन दे तो ज्यादा बेटर हो, शायद, मुझे
Right.
ऐसा ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा है. आई कैन फील दैट कि आई हैव had some instances where you dump so much of raw leads into the system, and then the CRM would tend to crash out.
I will tell you how in the CRM there are certain automations. Suppose an applicant came to your website, filled some information he seeks from your website, put in his phone number or something, then he will get the automation help you sending a mail immediately, a personalized email to him, so that he can know that okay, I went to their website, they have sent a personalized mail to me. If he is opening any link on that website, then it will automatically hint the counselor that yes, a student is chasing
Yeah.
you, he is looking at your website, whatever the links you have shared, he's opening it. So that kind of automations help the leads, nurturing of leads, so that they can get a personalized experience, and there are more chances of getting them converted into admissions.
लेकिन शशांक जी और आशीष, जो लीड आ रही है जो
Right.
लीड आ रही है, एक तो है कि सीआरएम इंटीग्रेटेड है आपके वेबसाइट से, और डायरेक्ट ऑर्गेनिक लीड आ रही हो, वो तो सीधे ही सीआरएम ने इंटीग्रेट कर दिया, ऑर्गेनिक
Right.
लीड आई, ठीक है. मैंने सीआरएम पे काम कर रहा हूँ, अचानक 10 बच्चे वेबसाइट पे आए, उन्होंने क्लिक किया, वो तो ऑटोमेटिकली डायरेक्टली ऑर्गेनिक लीड के रूप में सीआरएम में इंटीग्रेट होगी.
Right.
लेकिन मेरा जो जो दुविधा है उससे है, जो मैंने थर्ड पार्टी वेंडर से लिया है, जो मेरे ख्याल से आशीष भी उस पे सर हिला रहे हैं कि यस ही इज एग्रीइंग ऑन दैट. तो सीआरएम हैज डन अ लॉट
CRM
ऑफ.
have that facility also, that whatever the third party sources from where you are getting all the leads can be integrated into the CRM, that once simultaneously whatever the leads are coming from them will be into the system of CRM and the counselors can call them.
वो तो मुझे पता है, कॉल देम, लेकिन क्या ये लीड लोड करने से पहले एक बार प्री फिल्टरिंग हो सकता है सीआरएम के अंदर? पॉसिबिलिटी है, अगर ये पॉसिबिलिटी आनी शुरू हो जाए.
So we
आशीष
have the duplicate
आशीष
features that
पॉसिबिलिटी है क्या? बिकॉज मोस्ट
if
ऑफ
the
द
leads leads are duplicate, then the CRM will automatically deduct them. They will won't take into the system if they are the
नहीं,
duplicate leads. Or
डुप्लीकेट तो ये हुआ ना, डुप्लीकेट तो ये
hmm,
हुआ कि मैंने मार्केटिंग करने गया, मैं XYZ स्कूल में गया, 30 स्कूल में जाके मैं डाटा ले आया, और उसी के में से 10 डाटा जो है मुझे कॉलेज दुनिया ने दे दिया, तो डुप्लीकेशन है, तो निकाल दिया। दैट इज वन,
right, right.
वो तो मैं समझता हूँ, ये तो मैं
Hmm,
कर चुका हूँ। लेकिन
hmm,
कॉलेज दुनिया या एक्स पार्टी ने भी जो लीड दिया है,
hmm.
जो आशीष पॉइंट कर रहे थे कि अगर वो कहीं प्री फिल्ट्रेशन हो जाए कि लीड क्वालिटी कैसी है कैसे नहीं, क्या सीआरएम में ऐसी फैसिलिटीज हैं, क्योंकि जो सीआरएम ने यूज किए पुराने, उनमें ऐसी कोई फैसिलिटीज नहीं है कि भाई करने के बाद पता चलता है कि यार लीड बेकार थी, इतनी लीड खराब हो गई। और
Sir,
ये जो एनालिसिस है जो आशीष ने बताया कि भाई गूगल एडवर्ड की लीड अच्छी आती है, फेसबुक के नंबर 3 या 4 पे आती है, ये सब काम करने के बाद पता चला है। अगर पहले कोई प्री फिल्ट्रेशन सिस्टम सीआरएम में हो सके तो
sir,
ज्यादा बढ़िया।
there are certain parameters. If you fulfill those parameters, then only maybe that leads will come into your system. Else, that will be stopped then and there. They won't come into your system. There are certain parameters on which you want to evaluate all the leads. If you are taking it from third party, you want to evaluate that whether the income of this family income is higher, whether what is his educational qualification. If he meets this criteria, then only he can move into the system, or whenever he's filling the form. So at that point only it will highlight that this is the high quality lead and can be get converted. So you can follow up.
You're right, वो सब मतलब we have gone through this, लेकिन चलो ठीक है, fair enough. But certainly, Shashank,
Yeah.
the CRM has helped, the automation has really helped the schools, universities, colleges to handle the leads better. Certainly.
So
Yeah.
my next question is, why is it necessary to have transparent onboarding processes? How can building student journeys and sending out the right communication improve conversion rate? So
ठीक
Dr.
है,
Ajit, can you please share your
या
thoughts
या
on how to create transparent?
मैं आ रहा था, क्योंकि मैंने देखा था पहले इस क्वेश्चन को देख रहा था मैं। देखिए, आपने कहा ट्रांसपेरेंट ऑनबोर्डिंग प्रोसेस, इसका क्या मायने आप कहना चाहते हैं? व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दैट?
That they, if the student, when he is trying to get on board to a particular institute, so whatever is happening of his application, it should be clear to him that what is the status. He needs not to follow up with the counselor that where my application has reached, my where is my fee status, everything will be there.
I come to the answer.
Yeah.
Now, I will come to the answer. First, I will tell the answer, then I'll give example wise.
Okay.
A student comes on board by whatever way, as an organic directly onto the website or through a third party vendor. तो अगर स्टूडेंट जैसे ही एंटर हुआ सिस्टम के अंदर, तो स्टूडेंट को जो आपने बताया ना, ऑटोमेटिक मेल चला गया, उसके बाद उसको कॉल हो गया, जो उसका टाइम लाइन था उसका, उसके बाद उसको जो मटेरियल जाना था वो चला गया, और जो कांस्टेंट फॉलोअप है, तो स्टूडेंट को भी पता है कि यार आज मेरी बात हुई है एक्स काउंसलर, या कई बार काउंसलर बता देते हैं कि भाई मैं शिवम बोल रहा हूँ, या अजीत बोल रहा हूँ, या आशीष बोल रहा हूँ, तो उसको पता है कि भाई, और वो जो लीड है वो अल्टीमेटली उसी काउंसलर के पास है, अजीत के, आशीष या शिवम के पास ही है।
True.
तो 4 दिन बाद शशांक से बात करने का टाइम उस बच्चे को पता है 3 दिन बाद कि भाई अब आशीष जो है, मुझे ये इन्फॉर्मेशन मैंने मांगी थी, ये इन्फॉर्मेशन आएगी। वो ट्रांसपेरेंसी उस बच्चे को पता है, और जो उसका ट्रांसपेरेंसी ये है कि वो इतनी बात होने के बाद, बिकॉज द प्रोसेस इज सो क्लियर एंड द फ्लो इज सो क्लियर टू हिम दैट देयर इज अ स्ट्रेस ऑन हिज माइंड। 3 दिन पहले जो इन्फॉर्मेशन गई थी, इतनी क्रिस्प इन्फॉर्मेशन गई थी, और बिल्कुल टू द पॉइंट गई थी कि वो बच्चा जो है वो अपने मदर फादर से डाइनिंग टेबल बैठ के 10 मिनट में कन्वे कर सकता है कि हाँ जी ये इन्फॉर्मेशन आई है इस यूनिवर्सिटी से। उस दौरान अगर उसके पास हॉटस्पॉट इन्फॉर्मेशन कई जगह से आई होगी, वो ऑटोमेटिकली उसके दिमाग से फिल्टर आउट हो जाता है।
Right.
ठीक है, अगर मैं आप खुद सोचिए, यू आर मे बी अर्ली 40s, बट आई एम इन द अर्ली 60s, सो आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड। उस समय जब हम छोटे थे, तो अगर बहुत सारा दिमाग स्टफ होता था फालतू इन्फॉर्मेशन से, तो हम फालतू इन्फॉर्मेशन को एकदम निकाल देते थे, वी यूज्ड टू एक्सीड इट आउट। ठीक है, जरूरत नहीं है। तो जो ट्रांसपेरेंट प्रोसेस से, जो सिस्टम से उसको आया, तो ट्रांसपेरेंसी जो उसको मिली, तो उसने इंश्योर कर दिया कि आप उसके दिमाग में यू ऑलरेडी मेड ए मार्क ऑन हिज माइंड, द इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑलरेडी मेड ए मार्क ऑन हिज माइंड कि ठीक है, चॉइस 1 2 3 4 जो उसके दिमाग में है, उसमें 3 4 चॉइस के अंदर तो आई वो इंस्टीट्यूशन आ ही गया। तो सर्टेनली अब वो जर्नी जो है एक बच्चे के साथ नहीं, कई बच्चों के साथ है। तो अब कन्वर्जन जो है, आपने देखा कि आपने उस दिमाग बच्चे के दिमाग में, मान लीजिए 6 इंस्टीट्यूशन का या 5 इंस्टीट्यूशन में आपका हमारी यूनिवर्सिटी जीडी गोइंग का या यूपीएस XYZ जो भी है, 5 6 चॉइस के अंदर हम पहले आ गए, फिर वो बच्चा उन्हीं पे काम करेगा, उन्हीं पे काम करेगा टिल द एंड
Get
ही टेक्स।
admission. Yeah.
कोई नया, या तो कोई नया कोई आए और बहुत ज्यादा अलग सी कोई चीज दिखाए कि भाई ठीक है, मैं अमेठी से बोल रहा हूँ, तुम्हारा तो परसेंटेज इतना ज्यादा 99.999 है, तुमको कहाँ जा रहे हो वहां पे, वो फीस मांग रहे हैं, तुम फ्री पढ़ा रहे हैं, तो एक डेविएशन आ सकता है। अदरवाइज जो 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 ट्रांसपेरेंसी दी है और जो सिस्टम ने उसको गाइड किया है, तो ऑटोमेटिकली वो उस बच्चे के द स्टूडेंट माइंड ऑलरेडी हैज नाउ सेलेक्टेड एंड फ्रोजन टू 4 5। फ्रॉम 4 5 द सिस्टम स्टार्ट एलिमिनेटिंग, पहले 5 को एलिमिनेट करेगा, फिर चौथे को एलिमिनेट करेगा, फिर तीसरे एलिमिनेट करेगा, फिर 2 और 1 में कंपटीशन होगा, फिर एक जगह एडमिशन ले लेगा। लेकिन इसके बाद सीआरएम का बस मेरी तरफ से जो बात थी मैं बताना था बता दिया, लेकिन मेरा ये प्रश्न सीआरएम से है, क्या सीआरएम में ऐसा पॉसिबिलिटी है कि मान लीजिए आशीष या अजीत ने एडमिशन ले लिया, पता चल गया, तो वो सीआरएम को एलिमिनेट कर दे वहां से, तो अल्टीमेटली एंड ऑफ द डे डाटा को भी डाटा भी खत्म होता जाए ना सिस्टम से, क्या ऐसी पॉसिबिलिटी है?
It depends on you, sir. After admission, if you want to have this data into the system, it's your choice. If you don't want, you can delete that data, or you can pass it to the ERP, or you can store it somewhere. That is possible.
ठीक है जी, आशीष आप थोड़ा सा आप भी हाईलाइट करिए इस पॉइंट को जो मैंने बताया, जो ट्रांसफर।
Yeah, so Dr. Ajit, there is obviously inclusion and exclusion in every platform. So because everyone makes a platform, so that it should be as a manipulated as well. So if you want to exclude them, you can obviously exclude. You want to include, obviously you can include them, whatever you have choice. So the lead, but the CRM means the handling of the data. So I suppose and I suggest that also ki the data should be come in a raw way in the lead square or any other CRM portal. And after that, if you want to filter up data, you can do that. Means in the CRM portal, you can manage, you can customize, and you can see what data you want to put in and what the data you want to put off. It's your choice and your objective of your organization. So it's clearly
Correct.
depends upon your choice ki how you want to handle the data for your organization. And every organization there's own target, their own KPIs, they want to handle the data in separate way. So I had a lot of experience to deal with the data, and everyone has their own choice.
राइट।
Okay. So, Dr. Ajit, could you share any challenge that you have faced and the CRM has helped you overcome it, or how do you optimize your processes to improve conversion rate using the CRM?
देखिए, पर्सनली अगर आप पूछा जाए चैलेंज आई फेस, क्योंकि मैं डायरेक्टली सीआरएम यूज नहीं करता,
Okay.
क्योंकि यू अंडरस्टैंड ना, एट द एज ऑफ 60 आई विल नॉट बी सिटिंग ऑन सिस्टम एंड हैंडलिंग सीआरएम। आई हैव काउंसलर्स, आई हैव अ टीम ऑफ पीपल हु हैंडल,
Supervisor.
who have the, बट चैलेंजेस जो मुझे नजर आया वो यही है कि ठीक है जी, अगेन वो सीआरएम का फॉल्ट नहीं है, सीआरएम का फॉल्ट, वो जो चैलेंजेस आते हैं कि जो लीड है क्वालिटी अच्छी नहीं है, हम बार बार कॉल कर रहे हैं एंड मल्टीपल कॉल्स हैव बीन मेड, और वो बच्चा लिंक अराउंड करी जा रहा है, तो उसमें सीआरएम का तो फॉल्ट नहीं है। जो मुझे चैलेंज आया सीआरएम से, जो मैंने पर्सनली एज सिटिंग एट अ डिफरेंट लेवल जो मैंने फेस किया, दैट आई वांट टू टेल यू, एंड इफ पॉसिबल आशीष कैन आल्सो, आई वांट आशीष आल्सो टू हियर दैट, इफ यू कैन सॉल्व दैट। तो जो मेजर प्रॉब्लम आता है सीआरएम की वजह से, जो जो कंफ्लिक्ट पैदा करता है, वो ये है कि यू नो आशीष आल्सो नोज कि यूपीएस आल्सो initially had agents. Now I think UPS doesn't work with agents, no?
No.
No. एजेंट्स के साथ काम करते हैं, एमिटी भी करता था पहले, एमिटी ने अब कर दिया सर, एप्लीकेशन का पैसा देते हैं। तो जब एजेंट को एसोसिएट हो गया सिस्टम में, तो सीआरएम में हम क्या करते हैं, एजेंट को हम यूटीएम लिंक दे देते हैं, एक यूटीएम लिंक दे देते हैं कि भाई जो आपकी लीड है यूटीएम लिंक में फीड करो।
राइट।
अब जम्मू कश्मीर का एजेंट है, जो मेरी चैलेंज है बता रहा हूँ मैं, ठीक है, विच आई फेस्ड। जम्मू कश्मीर एजेंट है, मैंने उसको यूटीएम लिंक दिया उसके पास, और उसने एडवर्टीजमेंट शुरू, मार्केटिंग शुरू कर दिया, क्योंकि उसने एजेंसी ले ली जीडी गोइंग का की एक्स की, उसने मार्केटिंग शुरू कर दिया। उस मार्केटिंग के दौरान ही रीच 100 स्टूडेंट्स। उस 100 में से 10 बच्चे जो हैं, बिफोर इवन ही दे कुड गो टू द एजेंट्स ऑफिस, दे वेंट ऑन टू वेबसाइट, दे वेंट ऑन टू वेबसाइट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटी, और वेबसाइट का जो एंटीना इतना स्ट्रांग है कि उड़ता उड़ता बच्चे पकड़ के उसको सिस्टम में डाल देता है, ठीक है, ऑर्गेनिक लीड के रूप में। अब एजेंट बोलता है जी मेरी मार्केटिंग तो जम्मू से मैं कर रहा था, श्रीनगर से मैं कर रहा था, और ये तो मेरी मेरी लीड होनी चाहिए। यूनिवर्सिटी कहती है नहीं, तुम डायरेक्ट मेरे ऑर्गेनिक सिस्टम में आया हुआ है। यूनिवर्सिटी जोर लगा के मर जाती है, बच्चा कन्वर्ट नहीं हो पाता, लेकिन बच्चा वो एजेंट के बजाय कन्वर्ट होता है, और एजेंट डायरेक्शन भी देता है कि भाई जाओ वहां पे जाओ, काउंसलर पूजा से मिलके आओ, एडमिशन ले लो। उसके बाद जब एजेंट कमीशन सेटल होता है, तब मैनेजमेंट बोलती है ठीक है जी आप चेक करो विच इज ऑर्गेनिक, विच इज एजेंट लीड। उस समय ऑटोमेटिकली फिल्टर में आया था यार, वो तो शिवम जो था वो तो जम्मू कश्मीर से आया, लेकिन करा तो एजेंट ने कन्वर्ट, लेकिन वो ऑर्गेनिक लीड पहले आ गई थी। एजेंट रोता रहता है, नहीं साहब मैंने, मेरा बच्चा था, मैं तो, आपने ट्राई करके हजारों फोन कर दिया, आपने ट्राई करके फोन कन्वर्ट करने की कोशिश करी, आप तो कर नहीं पाए, अल्टीमेटली मैंने किया। तो सीआरएम इसको सॉल्व नहीं कर पा रहा है। ये मेरी, आई डोंट नो सीआरएम का फॉल्ट है कि मेरा फॉल्ट है कि मेरा जजमेंट फॉल्ट है, कि शायद मैं मैनेजमेंट से डर रहा हूँ, उसकी वजह से उनसे मैं आर्ग्यूमेंट नहीं कर पा रहा, किसका फॉल्ट है समझ नहीं आ रहा। बट ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज है, जिसकी वजह से एसोसिएट धीरे धीरे आप पे ट्रस्ट लूज कर रहे हैं। आशीष, मेरी बात को शायद आप बहुत क्लियरली समझ गए होंगे, क्योंकि आशीष और मैं, आप वो काम करके दे रहे थे अपने बॉस को जो मेरी प्रॉब्लम आ रही है।
I will give an answer. Actually, there is a solution. This is not fault of CRM.
शशांक, आप मेरी बात समझ लीजिए ना शशांक।
Yeah,
बिल्कुल
yeah,
बिल्कुल।
yeah. Ultimate is the profit of the organization, so there should not be inclusion of the any organization, any source which is providing the lead. Ultimate is the profit for the management, so it is a profit for the management, so nothing else. And there is a conflict between the agent, so there is a fight between the sources and the marketing team. So everyone doing their work. So the problem is ki which source is coming from which kind of leads. So you can just track your data, which UTM parameter you are using, and you can using with the UTM parameter to the CRM integration. So there's a fault. I think you should apply the code with backend code or the API code or the UTM code for the agent side and implement rightly on your platform which you are using, and then integrate your CRM portal. CRM just attract the lead data, whatever the sources it is. You define the source, you pull the source in the CRM. You don't define the source, CRM just put the data without any source. So whatever is organic, direct, Google, whatever it is, if you don't provide the source within the lead, CRM doesn't signify that. CRM, what will do CRM? CRM ne bola, CRM will integrate the data, all the sources, if you define not.
मैं आपकी बात से बिल्कुल सहमत हूँ, मैं आपकी बात समझ गया हूँ। जो पॉइंट सीआरएम से मैं रिक्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ शशांक से, वो जो कर रहा हूँ, और शायद मैं ज्यादा एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ, या शायद मेरी इमेजिनेशन है, जो मैं एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा हूँ ये है कि मैं एग्जांपल बोल रहा हूँ, श्रीनगर का मेरा एजेंट है, स्टडी गो कंसल्टेंसी एग्जांपल।
ओके।
उसे एजेंसी ली, जैसी एजेंसी ली उससे हमने डिजिटल मार्केटिंग शुरू कर दिया, ठीक है, बच्चों को वहां पता चलने लग गया जीडी गोइंग के बारे में, बच्चों को इनवाइट किया कि आना यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफिस आना, एप्लीकेशन भरना, और उसी रात में 10 बच्चों ने वेबसाइट चले गए। मैंने कहा एंटीना बहुत स्ट्रांग है वेबसाइट का, पकड़ के बच्चे को, उड़ता बच्चा पकड़ के लीड जनरेट कर दिया। लेकिन फिर बाद में बच्चा वहां गया, बच्चे ने एप्लीकेशन वहां भरी, फॉर्म भरा, यहाँ से भी यूनिवर्सिटी कॉल करी जा रही है उसको, नहीं हो रहा एडमिशन। 10वें 12वें कॉल के बाद इन्होंने तो हाथ खड़े कर दिए यूनिवर्सिटी काउंसिलर ने, लेकिन एजेंट ने 10वें 12वें 1 महीने के अंदर उस एडमिशन कन्वर्ट कर दिया। जब एजेंट का इंसेंटिव सेटल हो रहा होता है उस समय मैनेजमेंट डालती है डाटा फिल्टर करने के लिए, भाई ये एजेंट का था कि हमारा था, जो अभी आशीष ने बताया कि प्रॉफिट फॉर मैनेजमेंट जो है वो जरूरी है उसके लिए, ठीक है। लेकिन शायद मेरी कमजोरी है एज ए डायरेक्टर कि मैं लड़ नहीं पा रहा मैनेजमेंट से बताने के लिए। लेकिन क्या सीआरएम कहीं पर जजमेंट दे सकता है. अगेन मैंने शायद मेरी इमेजिनेशन जजमेंट दे सकता है कि भाई the university counselor was not able to get that done and this was done by the agent, the conversion. क्या ऐसा कोई जजमेंट सीआरएम के अंदर कोई पॉसिबिलिटी है कि आप उस सिस्टम को इंटीग्रेट कर सकेंगे इस चीज को?
So whenever the agent is getting some leads, he will just put it directly into the CRM. And once it is already there in the CRM, if he is going on the website also and he is putting his inquiries,
वो
then it
नहीं
will
आएगा नहीं
show
फिर.
it as a secondary.
आएगा नहीं. वो तो अगर मान लीजिए अजीत एक लीड है जो ऑर्गेनिक के सिस्टम में आ गया, एजेंट अजीत को फिर डालना चाहिए, आ ही नहीं सकता वो, क्योंकि आपको सीआरएम रिजेक्ट कर देगा ना.
Right, right. So that way there will be no conflict of interest because agent already has put this lead into the CRM.
चलो ठीक है, मेरी बात नहीं समझे. एजेंट डाल ही नहीं पाया, एजेंट ने मार्केटिंग किया, लेकिन ऑर्गेनिक लीड के रूप में यूनिवर्सिटी के सिस्टम में आ गया, यूनिवर्सिटी ने कॉल किया, नहीं कन्वर्ट कर पाए, एजेंट ने कन्वर्ट करके दिया बाद में, लेकिन वो क्योंकि यूनिवर्सिटी सिस्टम में पड़ा हुआ था, एजेंट डिस्प्यूट कर रहा है कि मेरा था वो, आई कन्वर्टेड, बट सीआरएम को दिखा रहा है कि वो यूनिवर्सिटी का था डाटा. ठीक है ना? तो वहां पर वो एजेंट को इंसेंटिव नहीं मिल रहा, इसकी वजह से वो एसोसिएट अगले साल काम करने से डरता है, तो भैया मैं नहीं काम करूंगा आपके
I
साथ.
think Shashank, what we can I think do to what the agent is calling the leads in the month end or the quarter end or the weekend, he just import all the data in the LSQ. We can check which lead is coming first and for the time basis as per the call
Exactly.
basis, and after that we can calculate which source is profitable. Means if the agent is telling the right, obviously he will get incentive. Otherwise, he will not get incentive. The way he can import all the data what he has done from his side. I think Sashank that will help as per
Yeah.
the question, Khalid question.
Yeah. So thank you, Dr. Ajit and Ashish, for your valuable time. That was a very thoughtful discussion. I'm now handing the stage to Shivani to take it
I
forward.
Yes, I wanted to dive in. It was a very insightful discussion, but I wanted to dive in to pick up some of the questions that came in from the audience earlier. So, and of course, we have addressed some of them during the discussion. So, I'll just pick up a few that weren't addressed. So, one of the questions was about engagement. So, the question reads: how can a CRM help understand a student's point of view when the query comes in? So, the way I look at it is, will a CRM help you with engagement and will help you get feedback or a response from the student's perspective? Is that something that's doable, Shashank?
Yes, it's doable. So whenever whatever the interaction a lead is doing with the counselor or he is doing on the website, everything is tracked and the information is there. So based on all the queries he's raising, the counselor can get back to him on an immediate basis. Counselor will get a intimation that the student has raised a query on the portal or somewhere. So whenever these kind of queries will be picked up by the counselor and he will directly inform. Suppose he's trying to make payment and he's facing some challenge while making the payment, the counselor will getting immediately a note that the student has come to your website, he was trying to make the payment but was unable to do so, or he has left without making the payment. So counselor knows that he was trying to do that, and the counselor can pick a call and he will just call them and check them that what was the issue. So that way the engagement can be done.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfectly fine. Yeah, with the email communication we can do also.
Yeah.
Shivani and
Email
Shashank,
communication, WhatsApp communication. Today's day, WhatsApp is the basic thing which all the people are using. So nobody is checking the messages or even mails. So you can do the engagement on WhatsApp as well.
Shivani and Shashank, if you allow me to
Yes.
leave, I told you I have a meeting with Peru Embassy at 6:30. So it's about 1.5 hours drive from here,
Yeah.
from
Okay,
Sona.
Dr. Ji.
So if you can
Right.
excuse me, I can exit out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
Thank you
Dr.
so much
Ajit.
Thank
for
you
your
so
time,
much for
sir.
Thank
your
you,
time.
Ashish. So, Ashish, just call
Yes,
me tomorrow.
yes, I
Uh,
will.
Thank you, Shashank. Thank you, Shivani Roy. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Aljit.
you.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bye, bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. So, Ashish, coming back to more of some of the questions that have come in. So, in your opinion, and this is one of the questions that came in also, what are some of the most underrated or overlooked features of a CRM for admissions? Or maybe let's put it this way: what are some of the features that customers are not using but should be using, which is there in a CRM?
First of all, if you are using a platform, obviously you will face the challenges. No platform is complete because then we switch off, yeah, then move on the another platform. So
Mm-hmm.
the challenge with a particular LSQ I faced a so lot. So first is a duplicate issue. There is a second data driven attribution.
Mm-hmm.
So because we made obviously customized dashboard, but it doesn't provide the exact result as per the data driven distribution, because we fight with marketing and other teams also. Key our source is performing well and your source is not performing, and we should be aligned if the lead is converting after 21 days, especially in our section. So how can you assign key these leads come from this particular source and we should give attribute that particular source? That's a challenge I face in especially in the CRM. Second, the duplicacy issue. When you use a Zapier, that's a no issue because the Zapier just filter or duplicate and just provide the unique leads. But from other platform, when you use Google directly or the Facebook directly with the help of the lead form, so it is disabled to help you. Key duplicacy is also is coming in. मतलब obviously we have made a dashboard for the review section key if a lead is coming again 15 or 30 days, it goes on a review section where the counselor go on review and see check that key lead is already section we have called or not. So there is a lot of what I can say bucket to bucket click on section. So there is a not a single interference key. These are duplicate lead. First, we should not call. Second, if a lead is coming after lot of days, mean after 21 days, we should call again. So this kind of I think support from the CRM I suppose this should be enabled in the CRM particularly.
It is already there, Ashish. It's already there in our platform. That suppose a lead is already there and he has gone cold, right? And after 20 days or after a month also, if somebody is coming through Facebook or any other channel, system will automatically detect that this lead was already there. He has came to us 21 days back and will show us the history of that lead, that what communication we had with that lead and what was his response when he went cold. So every information is there on the system and will show that earlier it came from this particular source, this time it is coming from this particular source. Everything will be there on the system.
Yes, yes,
You can track everything.
but I face a challenge ki console is not calling that lead because the lead square is showing as a duplicate lead and it is a review section.
It won't come under duplicate lead. It will just on the same lead wall. It will be updated that this lead is trying to come take admission to you and it's coming from this particular source. So you can easily track that.
Okay, maybe we haven't used initial way, maybe. So, but I have not used at that time. For that time, I'm facing challenges.
So every time in
Maybe
technology we are developing,
yes,
we are
yes,
trying to develop ourselves. So many of the things which were there not there in the past, we are covering that in nowadays, and in
yes.
future also will solve many of our issues.
Obviously, there is a good feature also in the CRM compared to the Salesforce. If I compare to the Salesforce, there is a lot of visibility in the lead square compared to Salesforce. Salesforce kind of little bit complicated and highly costly, obviously. But LSQ is more visible in terms of reporting at the journey flow starting to end to make customized communication or email communication. What I feel it's too good and just sent in the right way to with this customized communication. It is easy and everyone can use.
Right.
That kind of visibility I see on the
And
CRM.
even as you said that whatever the marketing budget you have, so you want to check that what are the leads coming from Facebook, what is the ROI on that, or whatever the leads are coming through Google or somewhere else, what is the ROI? So whatever the
I think
advertisement you have
it
put
was in
on
paid
this,
section, right? I
sorry.
suppose it was in a paid section because we haven't used an ROI.
Okay. So even if you are giving an ad on Facebook or somewhere else, so what is the ROI of that? What is you have amount you have spent on it? What are the number of applications which have got converted into admissions? You can check everything from that, and basis which you can check, you can be sure that next time when I have to do the Google ad or not, or we have to go for the Facebook ad or not. So according to that, you can budget yourself.
Yeah, that's a great feature because I think we should use. We haven't
So
used.
we have that kind of reports.
Yeah, that's great. With respect to ROI, that's great because you can see the lead flow and the lead performance in a same interference. That's great. Great.
Yeah.
We will use it
So
for
we
the.
also have that facility.
Yeah, that is so much nice. Means
Yeah.
Okay, so with that, I think we've come to the end of the session. I think we have a point here from Steve, so that's a message that I'll probably pass on to the product team, Steve. But thank you so much to the audience. I hope the discussion today was insightful for you. Thanks a ton, Ashish, for giving us your time and sharing valuable insights today. Please keep a lookout for our messages on social media. We'll definitely quote you on some of these. And of course, Shashank for hosting and moderating the session.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shivani. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Ashish.
Shashank.
Thank you, Shibani.
It was such a great session. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.